Vice President Joe Biden of the United States recently spoke with the press, and one of his points is one that deserves our full attention. It may have far-reaching consequences for Shiba Inu and the entire cryptocurrency market. For this reason, I highly recommend remaining attentive until the final moments. Disclaimer, but before we get to that, something just happened that will pique your interest. Crypto analytics platform Lunar Crush just announced that Shiba Inu is the most optimistic ERC20 token at the moment. An ERC20 token, for those who don't know, is a fungible token built on the Ethereum platform. Since Shib is not one of the most sought-after tokens at the moment, the fact that it is currently the most bullish token on the Ethereum blockchain comes as a bit of a surprise. There may not be as many searches for Shiba since most of the people who have been buying enough to send it into a bullish run are already familiar with the token and its ecosystem. This is just a wild assumption on my part. Please let us know your thoughts in the comments why you think she is not one of the most sought-after tokens while being the most bullish. Meanwhile, it has also been noted that Shib is one of the most traded digital currencies on several different markets. It's also widely shared and discussed on other social media sites. Since last week, its social interaction has risen by a remarkable 13.25%, with many people engaging with Shiba Inu-related threads on the same social media channels you use. A new aesthetic for Shiba Inu appears to be emerging. We're well aware that this year will see the introduction of Shibarium, which will supposedly have a dramatic effect on Shiba Inu. By burying him, she hopes to remedy several problems plaguing the Shiba Inu environment, the most pressing of which is the excessive cost of fuel. Although Lady Barium is being released, that is not the only change coming to Shiba Inu in 2018. You claim today that Shiba Inu's latest service, the option to use the decentralized app Bermuda Privacy to conduct anonymous transactions, is live. Sending coins from one wallet to Bermuda's smart contract will cause it to initiate a transfer to the recipient's wallet. In this way, the recipient of a Shib message will only ever see the dApp's address and not the sender's. This is a big development for the Shiba Inu community, especially for those who place a high priority on protecting their financial privacy when making investments. The foundation of the crypto market is anonymity, which is the most reliable means of protecting users' privacy and safety online. However, this revision only expands upon previous work. This is necessary because, similar to conventional markets, fraud, identity theft, and privacy infringement can arise when users lack anonymity when transacting in the crypto market. Taking this additional measure to guarantee complete anonymity will likely increase Shiba Inu's desirability. The Shiba Inu development team's willingness to go the extra mile demonstrates their dedication to making Shiba Inu an industry powerhouse. Shiba Inu has now reached the tipping point when it is imperative that people take it seriously since it not only satisfies all the requirements for a successful cryptocurrency but also goes above and beyond by including novel features like the blockchain and a security protocol. Let's discuss. Vice President Joe Biden recently told the press that he is not to blame for the inflation the United States is facing at the moment. Inflation was a problem in the United States long before he took president. He says, so history is on his side. Inflation was 1.4% when Joe Biden took office, according to the data. While it's true that inflation existed before Vice President Biden took office, it's also not debatable that prices have risen dramatically under his watch. By December of 2022, inflation had slowed to around 6.5% from a peak of 9.1% in June. Even when Trump was in office, inflation averaged 1.9% each year. You have to admit that some of the blame lies with Biden. What does this have to do with the cryptocurrency exchange market? Exactly. If President Biden blames others for inflation, it could be a sign that he is unwilling to take action to curb the problem. Now I understand that the president does not have final say over the rate of inflation. Some macroeconomic issues and the Federal Reserve's monetary policies are the most important contributors. You have to concede, though, that things may not change much even if a new president is elected if the incumbent doesn't feel any sense of responsibility. Also, rising inflation rates in 2022 were a contributing factor to the cryptocurrency market's poor performance that year. People were less eager to invest in potential outcomes when prices rose rapidly across the board due to high inflation rates. Assumed to be high-risk investments, It makes perfect sense that people would prioritize meeting their immediate needs with the money they have on hand. Cryptocurrencies were meant to be a hedge against inflation, but it appears they failed to gain widespread acceptance before they were put to the test. However, if President Trump continues to shirk responsibility for the rising cost of living, inflation is likely to persist for some time. For this reason, a definitive answer is impossible to provide. Please leave a comment and share this video with your friends if you find it helpful. It aids YouTube's ranking algorithm, which in turn encourages me to produce higher quality content. Speaking of which, some experts believe that the summer season for cryptocurrencies may arrive early this year, that this crypto summer may begin sooner than we anticipate, is what they are suggesting. Before we get to it, though, you should know that this station gives out 100,000 lambs every day. Simply subscribe to the channel, like the video, and leave a comment to enter with a hashtag #Shiba Inu. The best of luck to you. Additionally, a subscription service is now available on this channel. When you join, you'll be part of a closed community. Join me in a conversation on crypto jewels, money, and success if that sounds interesting. To join, just click the join link. It is expected that a crypto summer will occur due to the Bitcoin halving effect and several macroeconomic factors. Mark Yusko, CEO and founder of Morgan Creek Capital Management, predicts that this year's crypto summer will begin sometime in the second quarter. US COE tells the Cointelegraph that the Federal Reserve is unlikely to decrease interest rates soon, but that markets often guess correctly about Fed moves. Thus, any hint of a halt in interest rate hikes would be taken as a signal of an oncoming pivot, igniting a bullish dynamic across all risk assets, including crypto. The market's optimism will be stoked even more when people realize that the Bitcoin halving, originally expected for the second quarter of 2019, has been postponed, at least in Yusko's opinion. Do you, however, concur? Should we expect Shiba Inu to have a strong second half of the year? Put it in the remark box if you want to share it with the world. And now, at long last, David Goldstein has taken to Twitter to discuss Shiba Inus. He repeated his earlier statement that Shiba Inus are essentially influencers in the world of cryptocurrencies. It seems that if she moves, similar tokens will follow suit. She had pumped by around 14% when he made the remark, and he had seen similar gains in other tokens. But that wasn't the end of his commentary about Shib. He even went on to make a bold comparison, saying that Shib was like the powerful cryptocurrency Bitcoin. The tweet was worded in such a way that it implied that he and Shib were targets of an attack from those who did not accept his prior tweet. This prompted him to send out a follow-up tweet, which says, "Don't be such a troll. Her numbers are more convincing than Bitcoin's." And it wasn't just out of some blind devotion to Shiba Inus that he wrote it. According to the graphs, the popularity of Shiba Inus has risen by around 35% in the short span of February, while the price of Bitcoin has only increased by roughly 5.43% within the same time period. The distinction between the two is obvious. If they continue to ignore the official charts, you may have to urge them to stop trolling like Goldstein did. This video has now reached its conclusion. Please hit the like button